Hey Debbie, this is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. Thanks so much for coming out to our talk yesterday at Gone. Loved being able to present there, and thanks for putting your information down on the piece of paper to allow us to do this website analysis for you. So I'm shooting this video to give you an idea of how your business stacks up against your competition online and to give you some steps that you can take to improve things. Now, as Google crawls the web, it is really looking for three things: content, backlinks, and citations. So those are the things I'm going to talk about in this video. So when I'm talking about content, I am really just referring to the words and images on your site. So Google likes to see between 1,500 and 2,000 words, kind of at a minimum on the page. It gives the algorithm a good idea of what you do and where you are. But the exact amount is really going to depend on your competition and also the number of keywords needed. So what's a keyword? A keyword is anything someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So let's take a look at what a Google search might look like for your business. So based on your website, I went over to Google and I typed in elder law. And so what comes up first is the map pack. Now you guys are top of the map pack, so that is awesome. More and more people are using these map packs. It is so user friendly, and you get like a 30% increase in traffic over just your organic results. But um, um, but below that, below the map pack is what we call the organic results. So on this, you are actually not on the first page. So the top organic result was actually this elderlawfl.com. And then this appeared to be just some informational. This was also informational. So was this, and so is Wikipedia. So then the next competitor I looked at was this elderneedslaw.com. So I've got their websites also pulled up, and we're going to kind of compare. Whoops, we're going to compare you guys. Oh, there's the other one. So let's take a look at your website. So first of all, I like the look of it. I like the fact that you guys, your team is front and center. People like to see who they're dealing with. So that's awesome. And you've got a good bit of content on your site. I actually plugged this into a word counter and found that you've got about 920 words. So Google used to think 1,000 was sufficient, so you were pretty close to that, but they've kind of upped the game. So you have some room to grow there. One other thing I wanted to point out about this map pack is obviously staying on top there is going to mean make sure that you obviously keep your Google business profile up to date and filled out as much as possible. And then the other piece is you want to make sure that you maintain or continue to accumulate citations. So like I mentioned yesterday, a citation is just your name, address, and phone number appearing in a directory on the web. The logic behind that is that the more times Google finds you, the larger your Google present or your presence is on the internet, the more power it gives to the profile because it'll trust you more. It just sees you everywhere, so it thinks you must be legit, right? So that's kind of how that kind of works. Now, one of the other things I do is I compare your website using a tool called RFs. So I want to use this to analyze it. And I can see that you guys are getting about 166 unique visitors per month. You've actually kind of gone up, looks like over time. So you're building kind of that audience. That's great. And you're being found for 735 keywords. So let's look at them. If I dive into that, I can see that some of this has to do with your name. But if you just look for, let's say, law firm Gainesville, I can see that that is actually being searched 150 times per month. And you guys are doing great for that. You're in position 5, which means that you're getting 11 visitors from that search term alone. Now for elder law firm, which is similar to what I did, not exactly, but similar to what I was putting in there, you guys are in position 11 for that. But that particular term is being searched 900 times per month. So it's a great one. But because you're in position 11, there's only 10 results per page, that sticks you on the second page. Most people will find what they need on the first. So that's why it's only getting you 10 visitors per month, even though it's such a high volume. In contrast, if we look over at elder law, FL, I guess it is, elderlawfl.com. They're getting 3,000 unique visitors per month, and they're being found for 2,000 keywords. And if we drill down and look at theirs, you will see for elder law, well, they're in position 11, but that particular term is being searched 7.5 thousand times per month. It is a huge volume, right? And even though they're on page 11 or in position 11, so the top of the second page, because it's such a large search term, they're getting 107 visitors from that term alone. And then if we look at the elder needs law, they are actually getting almost 15,000 hits per month, unique visitors per month, and they're being found for 16.1 thousand keywords. If we drill down and take a look, where's the elder law? They're not being found for elder law. They're being found there for some other things. Ladybird deed being one of them. So ladybird deed obviously is relatively unique for, I believe is highly pertinent to your business. And so that's being searched 6.5 thousand times per month. Well, they're in position 7 for that. So that themselves is garnering 289 visitors per month. So you can see what a good bit of difference it can be to appropriately target these keywords. So the last thing I look at is backlinks. Now, a backlink is really anywhere you find one website linking to another via clickable or hyperlink text. These links also act as an endorsement of your website, right? But it's coming from other businesses. And so Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing these other ones vouching for you. So it's kind of like a popularity contest where the person with the most wins, but not all links are created equal. So the ones that are relevant to your business and local and also powerful in their own right are going to be the best. Now I can actually compare the strength of that backlink profile with what's to your competitors by looking at these two ratings. So this DR and UR are both on a scale of 0 to 100, and this DR kind of tells me how much does Google trust the links coming in to your site? Or actually how powerful they are. Sorry, the DR is power, the UR is trust. So how powerful and how trustworthy are these links? Ideally, you want them to be just as powerful and equally as trustworthy. So you want this ratio to be as close to 1 as possible. But you're sitting at a 9 on that scale of 0 to 100 and a 22 on the trust factor. Let's take a look at the elder law. They are, hold on. So they have kind of similar numbers here. So their profile is similar to yours. They've got a 9 on the power and the 13 on the trust. If we look at the elder needs law, they're at a 38. So they're pretty powerful. Like their profile, their backlink profile is pretty powerful, not quite as trustworthy. So there's a pretty big difference between these two numbers. That's not going to necessarily help them as much because it's such a difference there. But it's when all of these things come together, right? The content, the backlinks, the citations, all of those things come together, you begin ranking higher and higher, and more customers find you. So I hope this was helpful. Love for these videos to be helpful. You can absolutely do a lot of this yourself, but if you find yourself wanting to learn more or if we can be of assistance, feel free to reach out. And we can certainly talk about what your goals are for the business, and I can do some research to find out exactly what might be realistic for the Miller Elder Law Firm and what it might take to reach those goals. Again, my name is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. My number is 352-235-9803. Thanks so much for watching.